Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my recap for my winter Shop My Stash. This is a new thing I've been trying out. Last season might have been my first one, I'm not sure. But after I get done with my new Shop My Stash for the next season, take a look back at my previous Shop My Stash and look at what did I actually use out of all those products I pulled. These videos are getting longer and longer and longer. I've really become invested in shopping my stash and like creating this capsule makeup collection for the season. So I thought it would be helpful to me to actually see what I actually used from all the time and work that I put in shopping my stash and filming the video for the Shop My Stash, since I don't use these products in a traditional manner, i.e. I don't just shop for them on a day-to-day basis. Basically how it works is there's some products that I shop for on a day-to-day basis, like nail polishes. There's other products that I look for to put into Project 10 uses. And then there's other projects that I put into long-term projects for the year, and the goal is to pan them. So basically it's like a stopping point before they end up in a project potentially. So it's not a traditional Shop My Stash, but I have found it interesting to take a look back and see what did I actually use from that Shop My Stash. So that's what this video is. We're going to be taking a look back at the products from my winter Shop My Stash that I actually used. Unfortunately, it's not all of them. I wish I could say I used all of them, but a lot of them did not get used. But I am pleasantly surprised by how many products did get used. And I do think that because this Shop My Stash fell directly before the new year and me starting a bunch of new projects at the beginning of the year, I did pull some products into my Shop My Stash in anticipation of them potentially going into projects throughout the year. And so even though I hadn't solidified really any of my plans as of December 21st when I was filming this video, I was able to end up putting a lot of these products into projects. So we're going to divide these up into categories. First, we're going to start off with the products I just used once from my Shop My Stash, and that was it. And they were all nail polishes. I have been having an unbelievably fun time painting my nails. It's been a rough month. I haven't painted my nails much in the past month, but during fall and winter, I was having so much fun. The bargain I made myself is that I have to use my project polish every other manicure, but then I could treat myself to whatever nail polishes I want in between. And that's half the fun. And the other half the fun is posting reels on Instagram and choosing music to go with my manicure, which sounds bizarre, but it is bringing me an unbelievable amount of joy to make these reels and decide which song goes with the nail polish. It's my new obsession and I love it. And so that has kept me very motivated to keep polishing my nails and to keep enjoying shopping my stash. And so I did 3 manicures during the winter months. If you didn't see my reels over on Instagram, go check them out because I spent a lot of time picking out the right songs and I don't think I can post them here. I don't think I can. The first manicure I did was a winter white combination using these 2 polishes. This is KB Shimmers Up to Snow Good. And this is Sally Hansen's Snow Globe, which is just a topper. And these 2 paired together were absolutely gorgeous. And I really liked the way that manicure turned out. I really liked all of these manicures, to be honest. The second one was this combination right here. This is Kale Polish St. Clair, which I painted on every nail. And then I took this topper from Adored Colors in the shade It's Almost Midnight, and I topped a couple of nails off with this gorgeous like holographic shimmer. And this is just like a perfect winter blue, and the sparkle made it even more festive. I loved it. And the final manicure I did was using these 3 polishes. This Essie polish wasn't actually part of my winter Shop My Stash. These 2 were, and then I just brought in the Essie to make it more interesting, I guess. But this is Kale Polishes Graham. This was an untried polish within my stash. I have several Kale polishes that are untried, and I really like this shade. I wasn't sure if it would complement my skin tone at all because it's a gray. I mean, there's certain colors that look horrible on me. Really like bronzy, coppery golds look horrible on my skin. And I wasn't sure if this would look good on me or not, but I actually didn't mind it at all. And then I busted out this old Milani One Coat Glitter in the shade Silver Dazzle for a couple of nails in that manicure. And this really is a one coat wonder. This is an amazing polish. I was completely amazed by how well this performed. It's very old. I've had it forever, and I should be using it a lot more because it's ancient and it's still really good. And then I use this Essie polish in Power Clutch to round out that manicure. So those were all the polishes that were used like one time. I just did one manicure and that was it. Next, let's talk about the products that I put into Project 10 uses, and they have since rolled out of Project 10 uses because I hit the 10 use mark on them. There are 2 blushes and 2 lip products. The first blush is this Tarte Doll Face Natural Cheek Stain. This was what I called like a palette cleanser from the cream blush I've been panning for what feels like forever. I just needed a little 10-day break from the blush that I've been panning forever, and this was perfect. I don't love this cream blush, but it's wearable. I can definitely pan it at some point, but it's sticky. I don't know what that's all about, but it's sticky. I also brought in this Maybelline Master Highlight in Pink Rose. If I'd ever used this before, it was a very long time ago, but I have a feeling that I'd never used this even once. I really enjoyed it. You may have heard, I'm into really super bright pink blushes right now. I'm kind of going through a little bit of a phase, and yeah, this was pink, it was bright, and it was shimmery, and it was perfect. And the 2 lip products were both kind of tinted lip balms. First of all, I have this Maybelline Color Whisper in Lust for Blush, which is just a kind of lip balm formula, a My Lips But Better lip balm. There's not a lot of shine to it, but it is comfortable. And I would have preferred this if it was super shiny, which is why I liked this other one so much more. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche Le Balm in the shade Pink Satin. And oh my gosh, this is amazing. I actually threw it on my lips just now before I started filming because I'm wearing a liquid lipstick that was very sticky and uncomfortable. And this totally fixed it. I have a feeling this is going to end up in a project again very soon. I don't know that for a fact yet, but I've just loved this so much that I'm not ready to put it away, and I want to keep using it. And I'd like to buy 10 more of them. I don't think they sell these anymore because they don't sell anything anymore. But out of all the products I've talked about so far in this video, this is the first one that is most likely to come back in another project for a long-term goal of like finishing it off soon. All right, the next grouping I have are products that are currently in Project 10 uses. So I pulled them from my winter shop, my stash. They ended up in Project 10 uses, but I have not yet hit the 10 use goal on them. So they're in the project right now. First of all, I have my Fenty How Many Carats Diamond Balm. I am wearing it today. This is a very, very amazing highlighter, but I wouldn't call it work appropriate. So I don't wear this every day, but I am on vacation this week. So I probably will be wearing it every day. And I have really enjoyed this. I might have used it once prior to putting it in this project, but I feel like I know this product a lot better now. I might not have used it at all. This was my most recent highlighter purchase. And I'm glad to have it at least said I used it 10 times. And I do think it's amazing and unique. Next is one of the 3 perfumes I pulled from my winter shop, my stash. This is, I think I always say it wrong. I think it's called J'adore. J'adore. I always want to say J'adore, and somebody corrects me in every video like it's J'adore. So I'm trying. I think this is J'adore from Dior. I wanted to say Dion, like Celine Dion. This is J'adore from Dior. Is that right? This is in Project 10 uses currently. As I said, I've really been enjoying it. I'm so glad I was able to use this again. This was an old favorite and I hadn't used it in ages, but I've really been enjoying it. It's been loved. I don't want to pan it. It's one of those scents that if I panned it, I'd probably want to run out and buy another one. So I don't feel like the need to pan it, but I'm glad I'm using it and enjoying it. I have 2 lip products. First of all, I have my Buxom lip gloss in White Russian. This was a product that had never been used before putting it into Project 10 uses. And I have Glacé from Bite Beauty. And this was a product that I'd only used once before putting it in Project 10 uses. So glad to be enjoying these. They're perfect winter shades. And, you know, I like them through, like, once it starts getting a little warmer out, I'm not going to want to reach for these as much. But for winter and like the colder spring months, the early spring months, these are perfect. And finally, I pulled in a L'Oreal Pressed Pigment in Gilded Envy from my Winter Shop My Stash into Project 10 uses. I've only used it a few times, but it's just a really pretty muted, like grayed out green shade. And I hadn't touched it in years. It's been a long time since I've used this product. So I'm really glad to be using it and enjoying it and refamiliarizing myself with this product. Yeah, it's a good one. I have a couple of products that have made their way into the Panner's Pan project. First of all, I have this Mark High Shine Enamored Lip Crayon, something like that, lip gloss stick. Wet Your Lips Enamored Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick. I'm so glad to be working on this. I can't show progress, but that's the shade right there. It's just a sheer kind of a shimmery gloss, and I'm so glad to be working on it. I really am. And another product that I've rolled in that I'm so glad to be working on is my Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipstick in Candy Venom. I've only worn this once, but a lot of you guys recognized it. The second I posted the video where I was wearing it, everybody was like, I love that Fenty Beauty. It is just such a unique shade. It is the hottest, brightest, deepest pink shade. And it is so pigmented. It is like one swipe color. Get it on right the first time because it's not going anywhere. I have to use my oil-based remover to get it off. It's just gorgeous. I almost put it on today, but I have kind of a super bold eye look going on. So I went with a more neutral lip. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this, and I'm so glad this is in a project because I think I'd only used this one time before putting it in this project as well. Okay, the next grouping of products are ones that have ended up in long-term projects for the year. The first one is this Too Faced Deluxe Sample in the Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I think this ended up in my Deck of Panning project. And my goal is to hit pan on it. And there was a part of me that thought I was going to hit pan like the first month. I was kidding myself. I was fooling myself. I am not hitting pan. And it's already been like 3 months, maybe 2 months. But I am working on this now, and I'm really glad to be getting back to it because I had worked on it a long time, several years ago, and then I put it away. And these two both ended up in 54321, which is a year-long project. This is the product I've been using as my foundation. It is the BB Cream Longwear Get Over from 1004 Laboratory. And it is a product that I hadn't really appreciated until I put it in this project, and I have completely fallen in love with it. It's a foundation I wear every single day, and it is just lovely. And I'm making really good progress on it. I would say it's about halfway gone at this point. And I'm going to be happy to have one less, product in my inventory, but this was a really good product for winter for me because I have a lot of foundation products that I could wear in the summer when I'm tan. I love buying foundation when I'm tan, but I don't own a lot of products that work for me in the winter. And so I'm kind of sad to be using this up and moving it out, but you know, I've had it for over 5 years, so it's time for it to get used up and enjoyed and moved out. And I also pulled this Lamarck liquid lip crayon in Plum and Get It. This is also in 54321, and my goal is to finish it. It's going to be interesting to see if I can do it, but really happy to be working on this one as well. And the last two products I pulled from my winter shop my stash both ended up in my Pan in Every Palette project. One of them I've hit the goal of hitting pan on it, and it's rolled out. That is my Sleek Solstice palette, and I did hit pan in this purpley shade up there. It's hard to see, but there's pan up there. And then I rolled in my Tarte Clay Play Volume 2, and this is currently in the project. I'm trying to hit pan on this shade right here, and I'm getting close. So that is it. Those are all the products that came out of my winter shop my stash that I did end up using. There's a lot that did not get used, as always, and I know that's part of the game. At least I'm narrowing down my selections and kind of thinking about the season, and it's easier to go to that basket when it's time to pull in a new project rather than going to the office where the rest of my makeup is stored and sorting through everything. It just kind of narrows it down a little bit. So I do think it's worth it to do my little shop my stashes, and I have so much fun with it, thinking about the makeup that I'm motivated to wear for that upcoming season. But I'm pleasantly surprised by how many products I was able to use out of what I had pulled from my winter shop my stash, and I hope that I can do as well for my spring shop my stash. I'm gonna try and really enjoy as many of these products as I can. I need to get back to painting my nails, oh my goodness, because I've been slacking. I'll get back to it, I promise. But spring is one of my favorite times of the year to paint my nails, and I did recently share an Easter mani I had done a few years ago in my community chat because I forgot all about it, and Hazel and I were looking at manicures on Instagram, and she saw a bunny tutorial, a little demonstration of how to make a bunny, and I was like, I did a bunny once, and I'm probably not going to have a chance to do that this year, but I figured I'd share it with you guys and remind you of that video if you missed it from a couple years ago. But yeah, I typically love painting my nails in spring because I love using all those pretty pastel colors, and it's so much fun. So hopefully I will get back to painting my nails again really soon. But I'm home for the week, and I plan on working on the worms. And the nails get pretty messy when I'm doing worm duty, so we'll see. Anyways, that is it for this recap for my winter shop my stash. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.